what is really good? How is everybody today? Today is Tuesday, and yesterday I had a little talk, a little meeting, a little interview of sorts. And I wanted to get on here because typically in the last 10 to 15 years, every place that I have applied myself and tried to start and get a career was very impressed with my resume, hired me on the spot, and I worked at a few places for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, on and off. And then I started to notice that after COVID, hospitality jobs changed tremendously and drastically. I think it caused a lot of anger and animosity between coworkers and their bosses and whoever stuck it out through the pandemic. They're very bitter and entitled, and a lot of people treat their place of employment like a dog in a backyard, to where they mark their territory, and they do not want a new person coming in and working hard, because they pretty much have it all mapped out, In the last place I worked at, they worked particularly slow, intentionally, and if anybody were to work quick, they would question it, because their thing was if they keep the customer waiting, then, perhaps the customer will just go away. And I didn't really like that. I like to call the numbers quickly and get them in and out, because I was taught customer service. And I think right now I'm in a place where I'm having career changes, because God sees my heart, and God sees that I want my education, and I haven't really been treated that fairly or that kindly in the last couple places that I worked. And I think because I am so gifted and I am so talented in hospitality and otherwise, regardless of how little makeup I wear, if I darken my hair, if I loosen my clothes, if I cover my tattoos, if I make myself look ugly and unpresentable, if, I'm very, very quiet, keep my head down, and go without being noticed, my work still portrays the image of a boss and a manager. And when you're dealing with a small amount of hours, and I'm getting majority of them, or you're dealing with a restaurant with X amount of tables and I'm getting most of them, it does create chaos, and it does concern other workers. So I find myself in situations where people antagonize me intentionally to try and get me to quit. And then when I don't quit, I'll be put in situations where 2 or 3 people gang up on me, one of which was my boss. And I don't back down, and then that gets me fired. So I think also being in recovery and other coworkers coming in drunk, stinking like alcohol, or inviting me to events and parties outside of work, and me not accepting, they they are under the impression that I feel better than just because I don't partake. And I shouldn't be dealing with this as a grown adult woman. However, I'm getting my letters of recommendation together right now for Georgian Court University. It's very expensive, and I was approved for my financial aid. So as soon as I get my transcript from High School East and my 2 letters of recommendation, I'm hoping that Georgian Court will accept me quickly, and come September, I can move forward with a career change. There's one of 2 things that I want to do, and that is a nursing program. And then secondly, I'm thinking about physical fitness and trying to learn how to be a physical trainer. So those 2 things are pretty high on my list of what I may or may not want to do. I do like arts. I do like, that type of thing. I also really am inspired by religion. I was thinking I could take classes for religion if I become inspired at Georgian Court. But the reason why I say nursing is because it's coming up on 9 years since I have gotten in any legal trouble, and I want to start fresh. I want to put the past behind me, and I'm tired of society gauging others by age and demographic. I'm perfectly capable of a career change at my age. I feel that it would be extremely beneficial for me to start as soon as possible. And, today I am spending my entire day reading and studying and writing. I have something extremely important to do. I have to take a test, and I've been putting it off. I've been, kind of like procrastinating. And through prayer and meditation, I wanted to share that I think sometimes I self-sabotage. So when something's going exceptionally well, I make poor decisions out of fear of what I may become and how successful I might be. And the reason for that is I fear success because I feel that it can get taken from you so quickly in an instant. Why not kind of like just take it from myself before I even succeed? And I never thought about this in the past. It was something that I come up with this morning while I was walking to go get my morning coffee. That's why I do cardio. That's why I do step outside every day to get insight, to spend time in nature, away from distractions. And I had a vision and like a thought that came to me. It was basically like education versus entertainment. And what I mean by that is all of my distractions come from watching shorts, watching TikToks, and yes, I do spend time watching educational videos. However, I feel that if I take a step back from social media, I will be more inclined to educate myself on the things that I've been procrastinating. I'm writing a memoir, Shorty is a Sure Thing, and my memoir is on Patreon. And if I spent less time on social media scrolling, I do not compare myself to other females. That's something I will not do. But what I do is I identify with them. And lately, I've been inclined to take a step back and look at other women, what they do for a living, how they got there. And unless a woman or man is successful or on their way to becoming successful, I don't want to look at it. I don't care how pretty you are, because at the end of the day, a lot of folks are dressing up the outside. I want my mind to be dressed up. I don't care how corny it sounds. I'm actually getting ready to make a wellness drink with my plant-based brain health smoothie shit. And I'm actually also bleaching all my silverware. It seems as though a mouse made his way into my house. So that made me very uncomfortable to see a fucking mouse when I turned the light on. I kind of knew because I was hearing little scurrying feet, but when I opened my shit, I saw itty bitty tiny poop, and I can't be having that. And I also was hearing feet the past few nights scurrying. So I emptied out my refrigerator. I emptied out all my drawers, and I'm going to be throwing away a lot more stuff today because I'm not a pack rat. I won't be a pack rat. I'm not going to sit here and save shit. If people don't want it, they don't want it. I've collected items for my storefront, Macari and stuff. Somebody bought something last night while I was sleeping, so I'm going to see what they purchased and probably go to the post office, but, you know, other than that, I'm definitely getting rid of a lot of shit today, no pun intended. But I know it's only one mouse, thank God, not a whole bunch of them, that's nasty. But I live in like a wooded, foresty area, so it's pretty common. I've heard squirrels like in my air conditioner and stuff, so I already know what the deal is with that. And yeah, this is what I did. I had to clean all this, dump all my silverwares, clean all this, because that's where Mr. Mouse was hiding. And I'm going to be getting my stove all clean, washing all my pots and pans out, rinsing them out, in my stove, around my stove. I don't play that dirty shit. My mother raised me to be clean. That's that. So, yeah. I got that going on today. And I'm going to shower, do some content for OF. It's crazy because, look, check it out, right? I post every day, and since November, December, right? I missed one day, which was yesterday. I'm getting fucking messages, and my phone's blowing up. Everybody's like, are you posting? Are you posting? Where's the content? God forbid I have my period. It's like, bro, lay off. And it's crazy because out of 11 people who asked me, only one person tipped me. So it's like, wow, you watched 500 videos and you didn't give me 1 red cent? But you want me to jump when you say jump and say how high? This shit I don't like, bro. That's one thing about the entertainment industry that pisses me the fuck off. People think they're entitled. It's like, who the fuck are you, you know? But yeah, so I gotta get all in the cabinets. And like, this shit ain't good for my birds, you know? And that's why I rarely use bleach or any of these motherfucking products. But I heard like mice are diseased. So that's why I gotta dip everything in bleach and wipe out every drawer, every cabinet, bleach all my silverware. I've never had any type of rodent as an adult. When I was little, we lived in Florida. We had palmetto bugs. I remember that, and I remember when my dad had to call some squirrel guy or whatever when I was in freshman because we had squirrels in our garage. But I've never dealt with pests. To be honest, I feed a lot of the animals outside. So I do have a little bit of guilt because, you know. Alright, you guys, I gotta go outside because I gotta chuck all this shit. I was saving some of these boxes and stuff and all this stuff for planting, but I'm not gonna save it now because I got a pesky critter. So it's in my best interest to have as little clutter as possible. You feel me? But yeah, that's where we're at in my life. Taking it one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, second at a time. And I like to vlog my journey to try and inspire anybody who is struggling because every day's a new day and a new opportunity. I love you guys.